Hey guys, Garmin Pro Crappie Kirby, and we're back at Lacine. The crappie are on. I've guided here for the last 3 or 4 days. We've done really well. We're basically catching crappie almost every cast. And I've been posting some videos online of some great crappie fishing. Also, Tommy Brasher, NFL coach, caught a huge, what we found out was a buffalo. Thank you for all my subscribers for telling me what the hell that fish was, because it was huge and I had never seen one before. But we're basically catching crappie every cast. I've noticed in a lot of comments people wanting to know what type of rod I use, and I'm proud to announce today that I'll be giving you that information, and it is the BnM Poles Sharpshooter. I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but we'll just scroll it through. BnM Poles Sharpshooter. It's a 6-foot rod, has great sensitivity. It also has a little notch, which I love, out of the cork, which allows you to actually put your finger on there, put your finger directly on the graphite. Sometimes I like to keep my finger on the line as well to feel the sensitivity, but it's got an incredible backbone to it, but it still has that incredible sensitivity to feel that light thump that those crappie produce in winter fishing conditions. So we're gonna throw a few minnows here, see if we can't catch a few. You can check out all the incredible lineup of BnM poles. They have a pole for every type of crappie fishing imaginable at BnMpoles.com. So we're going to rig up a couple minnows, basically doing the same thing. We were doing it with jigs, but they seem to be hitting it a lot quicker with minnows. Drop shot 3/8 is the magic number on your drop shot. Number 2, true turn hook. I like to use the red ones. Doesn't really matter though. And then another one above it, tied together with loop knot. And I like to use some line that I found out last year through Carl Kalanka. He gave me a great suggestion to try this Gamma line, and it's phenomenal. That's actually what Tommy Brasher caught that big, I guess it's called a buffalo yesterday, and he caught that on Gamma 4-pound test, and that fish was way over 50 pounds easy. So we're throwing Gamma BnM poles, and we're just kind of throwing it along the ledges here of the spillway. And I found with the way that the wind is, the further back you throw it, the quicker you get a bite, because the wind is coming from the north, pushing all these fish into this little structure, this little cove, this little spillway runoff, and we're having a lot of success. So I'm gonna rig up a couple minnows. Also, I'd like to announce that thanks to my continued support and usage of BnM poles, I'm actually gonna be on the BnM Pro staff. So I'd like to thank Kent Driscoll for that. Super great guy. Got a chance to talk with him over the phone, and I actually got to meet the entire BnM family at ICAST this year, and I just was completely impressed with their down-to-earth, you know, approachability, and most importantly, their love for crappie fishing and catfishing. BnM also makes an incredible catfishing pole as well. So enough talk. Let's catch some crappie. Also, as most of you know who subscribe to my channel, I hook those crappie right through the lips so they kick and wiggle as much as possible when they're down there. We got one on. Give myself a little slack here. Put the second on. A little bit windy conditions here at Lacine Power Plant, about 50 miles south of Kansas City. So see if we can't catch a crappie. Here we go. Woo. Check it out. Boom, there he is, just like that. Caught him on the top minnow. Beautiful little 10-inch Kansas crappie. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel, get more tips, find out more about great products like BnM poles at crappiekirby.com, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Crappie Kirby. All right, we are all rigged up for our second cast. Can't put another crappie in the boat. I didn't believe this. 1 and 2. So I've made 2 casts, caught 3 fish. Hey, 2 casts, 3 fish. I'll fish this place every day if it's like that. Lacing, Kansas, about 60 miles south of Kansas City. Straight down 69 highway, right before you get to Pleasanton, and right after Lewisburg. Ooh, they are thick in here. Can't catch another one. Ah, I missed you. This will catch a fish. The neat thing about these crappie when you're catching them that fast is even though this is probably a 10-inch crappie, we'll save him till next year when he's 11, 12, maybe a 13-inch crappie. So it's easy to cull the fish when you're catching them every cast. Feels like a better fish. Boom! Solid, beautiful 10.5-inch Kansas white crappie. I tell you what, if the bite keeps up like this, I'm gonna have spent more time driving to this lake than I will a fish. why you should always keep a camera on the boat as well. I'd like to thank Garmin. They've provided me with these verbs through my sponsorship. And it's good to have evidence when you say, hey, I was catching crappie every cast. Because a lot of people won't believe you unless they see it. So a lot of people from Missouri. But anyway, hope you enjoy this. Keep watching. We're going to keep catching some Kansas crappie every cast with the BnM pole, 6-foot sharpshooter. Check them out at bnmpoles.com. Speaking of the Garmin verb, one of the neat functions of this Garmin verb is it also hooks up to your Garmin fish finders. If you notice, if you look down at my fish finder, you can actually see that I'm using my fish finder as a monitor, so I know that I'm getting the shot that I want. Very helpful. Another beautiful Kansas crappie. Woo. Monday, November the 6th. The fish are biting. Woo. Ooh, this is a good cast here. Ah, this is 2 bites. I think they got my minnow. That's the neat thing about these BnM poles. They're so sensitive. You can actually feel when the bait that you're casting isn't correct, and that's very important. You don't want to be throwing a bare hook even though they're thick out there. Game warden think you're snagging them. All right, we're all rigged up again. I missed 2 bites, lost 2 minnows. Time for revenge. There he is. Ugh. Must have actually missed another bite. The other nice thing about this BnM pole, extremely affordable for a graphite 1-piece. Normally a graphite 1-piece, you know, there he is. For this caliber, you're spending upwards to $140. But BnM makes it really affordable for the common Joe like you and me. Look at that. Got a little chunk out of it. Took a bite out of him. It's 10:03 right now, and I kind of predict that we will have our limit by 11. If these fish continue to bite how they're biting. I'm the only person on the lake. It's Monday, November the 6th. Chiefs lost yesterday. I got this whole lake to myself. So when this bite slows down on this wall, guess where I'm going? Right there to that wall. It just does not get any better than this. Doubling up. Oh yeah, baby, baby, baby. Woo. I want you to take a look at these hogs, baby. Woo. Nice, and look, the bigger one is on the lower jig, just like we were talking about earlier. BnM poles, pitching jigs along structure in November 6, 2017. Catching awesome Kansas crappie with Crappie Kirby, Garmin Pro, and now BnM Pro. Thank you, BnM.